Let's see what the reality is on the ground in the Middle East right now. I want to kick things off this morning as we're trying to understand where the state of the Iran war really is and what those talks look like between the U.S. And Iran set for this weekend. CNBC's Dan Murphy joins us now from Abu Dhabi. Good morning. What do you think is going on here?
Hey there, Andrew. Well, I think it's fair to say the sentiment around the region is pretty cautious right now. Of course, Vice President J.D. Vance is expected to depart Joint Base Andrews later today for these peace talks in Pakistan. He's expected back in Washington by Sunday, which makes this a rapid-fire 36-hour diplomatic sprint to try and find common ground on Hormuz, on sanctions, and on Iran's nuclear program. And based on everything that we're seeing this morning, the VP and the U.S. delegation are going to need every single minute. Of course, the Strait of Hormuz is still not open. Actually, Reuters reports this morning that in the first 24 hours of the ceasefire, only one tanker and 5 carriers made it through. Of course, all on Iran's terms. President Trump has also been on Truth Social twice in the last few hours, warning Iran to stop charging fees to those tankers, and also saying Tehran has been doing a dishonorable job of allowing ships to pass through. The president said that is not the agreement that we have. And then on the other side here, Iran comes demanding full war reparations, sanctions relief, and the U.S. withdrawal from the region. It also wants to keep its uranium enrichment program. The White House said Trump had already thrown Tehran's 10-point plan in the garbage. So the Gulf states are, of course, watching these talks very closely. They want a deal that permanently removes Iran's influence from the Strait of Hormuz. There is also some anxiety here that the U.S. exits without helping to solve the long-term threat of Iranian missiles and drones that have been hitting Gulf infrastructure over the last month. The Gulf states certainly welcoming this ceasefire, but given the uncertainty as we come into the Islamabad talks this weekend, certainly not celebrating it just yet. Andrew?
What would be the rationale for Iran to give up the Strait to the extent that they, I mean, unless the rationale is they're going to be blown up till, there'll be no civilization there left. But barring that, Dan.
This is exactly the point that Amos Hochstein raised on the program. Iran has been very successful in being able to manipulate global markets here by effectively seizing control of that critical waterway. And in fact, the nuclear program has also been pushed to one side as a result of the economic disruption that the closure of the Strait has caused. So from the Gulf state perspective, they really see this as a non-starter. There has to be a permanent agreement or some kind of action that is going to remove Iran's leverage and stop Iran from being able to exhibit this type of influence moving forward. Of course, the Iranians, as you say, Andrew, are very, very unlikely to give that up.